Hi, good morning. This is Andrea with our Reborn Nest. It is Sunday morning, or actually Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock, a little bit before 4. And if you're any of the, luckily, the few that just saw my train wreck of a life that went all kinds of wrong, I apologize. Clearly, I didn't know that when you have an iMac, you need to have a software program to live stream. So I was like all ready, all set, in front of my computer, and nothing happened. So anyway, then I had to go downstairs. I had to use my iPad, and then on the iPad I didn't know what I was doing. And then I had a conversation with Anasha, and between that and half of that conversation went onto the live, which we didn't realize either. But if anything was learned, was it was what for me it was therapy. I was like sitting in front of a therapist office or in a therapist office and just like kind of like talk. In German we say reden von der Seele oder von der Seele reden. Okay, speaking of the Germans. Since the first vlog didn't work at all, I had to cancel that completely. I had to do a second attempt, and that didn't work. And I do a third attempt, and so I think by the third attempt they were like over it, which I don't blame. I don't blame them. They were probably, what is she doing? And I really don't like to do lives anyway. I just wanted to see how I felt doing a live, and if it was better for me to do a live versus a vlog. And I still feel that unless you want to do a complaint session, or just write, or just, talk from your soul and just kind of like let it all hang out. If you want real honest communication with your viewers, I think it's better to just have them comment on a vlog like this. Because you can think more clearly, you can react better, and it's just a different feeling, I think, more honest feeling, I think. With a live, you don't really show the babies. It's really just, I don't know, it's not, I don't think it's a thing for me, actually. But because there was so much that went wrong that a lot of Germans didn't really catch it, and a lot of Americans, like Emily for instance, she had to take somebody to the emergency room, and there's like a few people that couldn't attend, which I can completely understand because they're always on my side. And this life was really, like I said, more for me to just have a little bit of a therapy session, and I accomplished that. So for all the people that were there, thank you so much. I didn't read all of the comments, but Anasha did, and she said they were all very positive and very much on my side, which, there was really no side to be taken anyway. It's like either it's wrong or it's right. There's no gray area when it comes to a lot of these things. All right, so what I wanted, or what I wasn't prepared for, was to give credit where credit is due. So I made myself a list. Okay, so the first credit obviously goes to my friend Anasha, who has been there from day one. Actually from day 3. From day 1 was Emily. Her channel originally was Reborn Blogger, and she is now M's Gems, because she's kind of is making her channel a little bit more multi-dimensional, which my channel is too, especially the German part of my YouTube channel. because the way I look at it from day one, I've always said I'm more than just a doll collector. I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I'm a dog owner, I'm a homeowner. I'm new to the South after living in LA forever. I'm a German. I have, I like sports. I like traveling. There's a lot of things that I enjoy besides just the dolls. So anyway, so great big shout out to the people that didn't um, see the live because I already deleted it. Um, I wanted to, because this will stay up now, this vlog. Okay, so first one, Emily. Emily, thank you so much for being the first one on my site um, when this whole thing with this JC doll went down, and it went all kinds of wrong and all kinds of dirty. And you were one of the first ones who just came to, and I didn't even know you. I didn't know who you were. And the other one is Penny. Penny, I know you couldn't be there. I am so tired. I tell you, I'm like looking at myself right now. Penny was watching her grandson last night, overnight, and she kind of realized what I realized a couple of years ago when I watched my grandson for the first time overnight. Oh my God, how much work that is. And that's why we don't have babies when we have 50. So anyway, so Penny, if you want to hop over to her site, she's also got a really fun and really positive channel. Fun and Frolic Doll Haven is her channel. Hop on over there, give her some love. Another one is, of course, Danny Nip, my German friend. Her channel is Danny Nip. I think she has maybe only posted one thing. She used to post a lot, and I think she might be getting back into it. I'm not sure. So thank you, Danny. I know you tried to be in the live and you couldn't get in, and that was completely my fault. The two people I forgot to mention completely in the live was Joy from P&E and the D Vinyls. You have always been a really great supporter of mine. Thank you so much. Another one is Tyson Nanas. I didn't see you in the live. I don't know if you were there or not. I don't think you were. But anyway, you've always been a big supporter of mine as well. And I just wanted to give a shout out to all of you. And that is not to say that there are not at least 30 other people that comment on my channel, on my vlogs on a regular basis, that are completely sweet and loving and kind. But I just can only mention so many people. But you're all appreciated. You're all important. You're all part of what makes me want to continue with this channel, even though there has been so much drama. And for the ones that didn't see the live, basically it was the number one reason I did it was to call out some hypocrisy that's going on in this reborn community, and to call out one specific artist that for the second time basically did me wrong and did not do the honorable thing, did not do what a reborn artist that has a paying customer should be doing at the end of the day, which is not being on your side, not taking your feelings and your concerns and your truth to heart. So for the people that didn't watch the live, I was talking about what's her name? Elaine Von, V-A-N, Tonder, T-O-N-D-E-R. Little Giggles Reborn Nursery is her is her business and is her channel. If you follow me on a regular basis, you know that there were two sculpts that I had her that I commissioned her to do. One was a Lola, the other one was a Zara. The Lola went all kinds of wrong about a month ago, when the Lola was completely done, and it was supposed to be shipped on a Friday, and I found out on a Wednesday that this doll was for sale on Ines from Reborn Doll Collective, just in case you're not familiar, on her site with the link to Elaine's website. And this was actually my baby. Now let me ask you something. When you commission an artist and you give a deposit, a 50% deposit, does that not mean that this is now a contract? Is this not seen as a contract? As soon as money is exchanged, you are commissioning this artist to do this doll for you. And this person now is working for you and is making this doll, a custom doll, designed specifically for you with your wishes kept in mind. Now, as you all know, after this whole Lola thing went sour and she put this doll on the open market without talking to me first, having my money, and only came clean about it that she was contacted by someone that had that talked about the blacklist that I was on, and she felt, concerned or scared because she had just been scammed, and she just kind of like did a knee-jerk reaction and pulled the plug, which, it's no excuse. I don't excuse that. But like I was saying in my live, we all live in glass houses, and nobody should be throwing stones. We should all be forgiven. We are not perfect human beings. I always say, like when my kids were little, and they would make mistakes or they would be in trouble, I would always say, I don't want perfect children. If I want perfect children, I watch the Brady Bunch. As long as you learn from your mistake, make mistakes, because that's how you learn. But you know what? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And the fool me twice came a couple of days ago, when David, my husband, was asking me he said, whatever happened to that blacklist situation with this artist that is making this doll for you? Did you ever find out who sent this list to her or who contacted her? And I said, no. I said, looking at all the lives that had happened during that time period, I know that Ines was talking about, Tasha was talking about it. They were all talking about, are we going to make a blacklist? You are not going to mess with one of our queens. And Katie was in it big time. And so I said, well, it's one of them, obviously. And he's like, well, why don't you check with the artist that is making you this, $900 doll or whatever. I think it was even a little bit more. And I'm like, okay, that's a good idea. So I contacted her, and took about 2.5 hours to get back to me. And she basically just said, oh, I can't remember the name, and I deleted all the messages. And to me, when somebody says, I don't remember the name and I deleted the messages, in other words, what they're saying is, I don't want to talk about it. I'm not giving you anything. So at that point, I knew that she was not somebody I wanted to deal with. And I basically said that to her. I'm like, this is pretty interesting how when the Lola situation happened, you were so concerned, you were so heartbroken, you were so ashamed that you got taken, and that had never happened to you before. And a month later, you don't remember who did that to you. How weird is that? If you think that I believe that, you're wrong. I'm not, because I would never forget a person like that. And then she basically came back saying, well, it was like she had a really weird name. It sounded like it sounded foreign. Looking at her thumbnail, she looked maybe Hawaiian or something. So maybe it was Inez, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. I don't care. Um, I basically said to her, you know what? Um, I don't, I don't think that you are really there to protect me and to do right by me after I have given you a second chance, which you really didn't deserve. And like my husband was really kind of upset that I did that anyway. And and now so yeah, the first one, shame on you. This second one, if I let you get away with that, that's shame on me. And I basically told her to keep this doll. I don't want it. And she refunded the money immediately. So that brings me to um, the corruption that's going on, or it seems like corruption, or it seems like there's some dirty tricks being played here in this community between the artists, or certain artists, like a handful of artists and a handful of reborn collectors. And I use collectors very loosely because I'm a collector, and I have um, I have every doll. I mean, I have dolls from like 2 years ago. When I buy a new doll, I don't ever think of buying her to sell. I buy her to keep forever. Yeah, it does happen that I see another sculpt that I really, really love, and maybe I don't have the money, maybe I don't have the room, and I need to, sell one in order to get another. Um, and that's how collectors work. Well, there are certain people in this reborn community that are not collectors, not in the sense of what a collector is. These people, they buy, and then these high-end dolls, like $1,200 dolls, $1,400 dolls, $2,000 silicone dolls, and then have these great box openings and praise this baby up and down. It's going to be my forever baby. Look at all the details and look at the beautiful box opening. Look at all the beautiful things, the mother care clothing, the hand knit, Spanish knit or whatever is put in there, and look at how wonderful this artist is. And 2 months later, these dolls go bye-bye. They're being sold. So now I put two and two together, and two and two in my book is 4. Now, if you're a person that lives in a house or in an apartment where you have no air conditioning, where you can't afford to fix the air conditioning, where 2 years ago you couldn't move even because you had a credit issue or whatever, and it is clear, it's up on the internet for everybody to see. Why is it that you can within 1 month or 6 weeks have 4 box openings of babies that are $1,000 or more? Now, that's $4,000 in a month. So if you can afford a hobby like that, paying that kind of money, that means you must make about $10,000 a month in order to afford a hobby like that, or probably more. Well, if you have that kind of income, why don't you have air conditioning? Why do you have all your clothing? Why do you have everything that you own on a bed? Why don't you have like a nursery? Why do you have all your accessories for your babies in Tupperware containers? It doesn't make any sense. Why do you have to sell a doll to a woman in Kuwait in order to pay for your daughter to have pocket money to go to Europe? If you are capable of spending, between $2,000 and $4,000 a month on dolls. Well, the only thing I can think of is that you're not doing it for the hobby. You're doing it as a business. And why do I say that? Because this is just my theory, you are in contact with certain artists. I'm not going to mention the artist right now, but I did get a little bit of feedback from one of them, one artist in particular. I'm not going to mention any names right now, that offer these dolls at a discounted price to certain people in this community. In exchange, these people in the community do box openings, which also behooves them, helps their channels, talk about the babies, show the details of the babies, talk about everything that's in the box, and praise the artist up and down, and then do another couple of videos with the babies, and 2 months later they sell a doll that they maybe paid $700 for. They sell it for $950 or $1,000, making it quick $200-300, maybe more, for all I know. All the while, when they do sell these babies, these really high-end babies, what do? They don't put into the box what came with these babies originally. Like, for instance, Lynn from Littlefoot Nursery. She's really good at that. She puts everything with the baby that came with the baby. And you know why that is? It's because it makes the baby more valuable to collectors and for resale. So she puts everything that came with the doll in the box, everything from the pacifier to the outfit, everything, and then she adds things to it as well. So, but what these people do is they send you these dolls for $950 and don't put in there what they received with this doll, like really nice clothing, really high-end clothing. No, what they send is a sleeper, a hospital blanket, another outfit, and not even the pacifier that came with this doll, and call it a day. Don't even use a new box. Use a used box. Don't even bother to bubble wrap a $950 doll. I get more better box openings, with a Louis Vuitton bag that I order, and then these dolls. It's ridiculous. So I'm going to be very careful. Me personally, I will not buy another thing custom from any artist, because to me, it is completely ridiculous. First of all, it's ridiculous for these artists to take 4 months to make a doll, when I just watched a short documentary on Bianca Franke, who I really admire and really like, her and Alexa Calvo and Sabine and a lot of other German artists I really, really love. And she makes a custom baby in 2 weeks. So now Elaine got my money for the Zara in April, the end of April, beginning May. She just sent me a picture of Zara a week ago, and she was not even done painted. She had no hair, so that would have been another month. So that would have taken her 4 months to make this baby. It doesn't take her 4 months to make the baby. Let's be very clear, because if it takes an artist 4 months to make a baby, they would be broke. They would not make any money. There would be no reason for them to be in business. So what that means is, like, she takes other people ahead. Maybe people that pay more, maybe people that buy from her more, maybe, I don't know what the deal is, but it's not right, it's not fair, and it's not accurate, and it's a horrible business practice. let's say, for instance, let's turn this whole thing around, and I pay her $450, $500 deposit, and then she finishes a Zara, and then she's about to send her out, and then I say to her, oh, you know what, sorry, I changed my mind, I don't want her. This is not what I like, I don't like her. You can, I want my money back. What do you think the chances are of me getting my money back? Big fat 0. And then I get to hear from people like Ines, oh, it's the seller. The sellers get so screwed over all the time, and we have no protection. What is we? Are you the seller or are you a collector? So clearly you are a seller. So I don't know why you're calling yourself a collector, because you're basically a seller. Because I don't call myself a seller, I call myself a collector. Even though I sell a doll once in a while, I don't sell on a regular basis. Because I am a collector. So the sellers are always getting screwed. The sellers always getting screwed. How do the sellers get screwed? When the buyers are out the money. The buyers wait for months for a product. And then don't even know if the product is really what they really hoped to get. So it's kind of like a shot in the dark when you give these people your money. And, where on the other hand, I can go on eBay. I just saw a baby that I'm kind of having my eye out right now on, by a German artist, that is probably going to end up going for like $1,200. And so I'd rather spend the extra $300 or $200, the difference between the Zara and this one, and I know exactly what I'm going to get there, because I see the baby, I see the details, I know the artist, and it's on eBay, and I'm protected. There's no drama. I've never been, screwed over by eBay ever. And, I've had nothing but good, whatchamacallit, I'm getting tired. Good sales and good buys by eBay. So, it's the buyer is always the one, that is always at the end the one that gets screwed over. Always. It's never the seller. For instance, with this JC, when this doll came to me, and the doll was not in the body that it originally came from. I saw this baby on Instagram. I have screenshots of it. I bought it on Instagram. If she doesn't bother checking her Instagram when she sells something, that's not my fault. And the only reason why I knew about the YouTube live that she did on that, regarding that JC, is because I just kind of like stumbled across it. I'm like, what is she doing a live for? The baby's already sold. And then once I told her, okay, I'm I already bought the baby. Okay, fine. And then I clicked off, and I didn't watch anything else that she talked about with this baby. Not before, not after. I came kind of like in the middle of this live that she did. Now, it doesn't matter when I came in, what I knew, what I didn't know. Per her own words, or per her own beliefs. Isn't it true, Ines, when you talked on Sam's live in regards to Jen's baby that was bought by this Sharon T, or whatever her name is, about this baby that smelled like cigarette smoke? And this woman clearly got the baby, was in love with the baby, had a live, had the baby close to her face, examined the baby closely. There was nothing wrong with the baby. She did not one time did she say, the baby smells odd, or let me click off, let me check something. Not ever did she do that. And then, like a day later, 2 days later, a week later, I don't know, I don't watch it so closely, she, contacts Sam, who has nothing to do with anything, and wants a refund from Jen for this baby. And you, Ines, pipe up in this live and saying, yeah, Jen, what happened to your customer service? If your customer doesn't like a baby or if there's something wrong, you should give customer service and take the doll back. That is not good customer service what you're doing here. Hello? Do you have a mirror in your house? Maybe you should use it. Because what happened there, because I gave you, with this JC, 3 options from day 1. Take the doll back, fix the doll, fix the baby's body, because that body is way too big for the head, and fix the pacifier situation. And you didn't want to have anything to do with any of it. Your words to me were, I am not Walmart. I don't take returns. That was your out. So what happened to your customer service there? That doesn't apply to you, right? That only applies to Jen and other people. Hypocrisy at its finest. And the only reason I still bring you up to this day is because you still to this day have a playlist of all your little friends like Jen, who is it, Tasha, Katie, I don't know if Sam did a video, I'm not sure, but you did too. There's at least 3, 4, 5 videos where you called me a scammer, a liar. I take a doll and take the doll and the money, and I'm a scammer, and you go broadcast my social media information, my social media sites, everything from Facebook to Instagram. Then my Instagram gets hacked, like 2 days later, and by a Russian Gmail account, which is really weird too. And it's, it's like, I wasn't born yesterday. It's like, hello. It's this whole thing is not about the pacifier and the magnet. It's about common courtesy. It's about you knowing that I've been following you for 2 years, commenting. At one point I commented even saying, oh, you know what, you buy such nice clothes and you advertise the clothes on your site. Maybe you want to talk to the companies and see if they, you can make some sort of a deal with them. I was on your site completely. I bought clothes from your Instagram account, and you screw somebody like me over. Why? Do you think that's right? If you screw somebody like me over, I hate to see what you do to other people. And the only reason, like I said, I'm bringing this up is because all of these videos are still on your playlist, and which in return affects my family and affects my daughter, for one. When my daughter calls me and says, Mom, didn't you give this woman back the money for this? Didn't you cancel this chargeback with American Express? Didn't you give her back her money? Yeah. Well, why are there videos on here when I Google you or Google your YouTube channel, talking really horrible things about you, calling you all kinds of names? And I said, listen, I'm like, don't listen to that. Don't bother with that. It's like done. And she said, no, Mom, this is not right. These people don't even know you. They don't know who you are. You're the most giving person I know. You will give your last dollar to anybody that needs it. And she said, and these people have never spoken to you one word, and they make you out to be something that you're not, and that makes me really sad. And I don't like to see people talking like that about my mother. And you don't seem to care about that. You don't seem to care who you tear down. And it's kind of ironic how I watched, Sam's life yesterday, how she's like so protective of her daughter, saying that Sam is threatening to release her daughter's name, or her daughter's file with the courts or whatever. And Jen never said anything like that. She said if you want to find out anything about the file that's out there on her daughter, you can just Google that. It's easy to do if you know the woman's name. That's all she said. But out of Jen's 22-hour video, you picked out 30 seconds where she talked about your daughter. She didn't mention your daughter's name. She didn't mention anything about your daughter. She just said, if you want to know stuff about her daughter, it's readily available online. Anybody can Google it. That's all she said. So you are so concerned, you're like so outraged that people bring in children, okay? But you have no problem making a video, making a live, where every second word you use is the F word and the S word and the B word, and then you say to your followers, to your audience, I don't care who sees it, and if this kid's in here, you know what, I don't care, I'll take the channel down. Because all you people, you are basically doing is, you're spewing all this hate out there, and then you take your channel down so that there's no evidence of you ever saying anything, which is cowardly. And you know what? And that's not me. That's why I'm doing this vlog. So this stays up, so everybody knows where I stand. I want these videos to be removed, and if they're not, then I don't know. There's some other avenues that I can go down to, because this is character assassination, basically. You got your money back a month ago, 6 weeks ago. There's no reason for you to have these videos up. There was no reason ever to call me a scammer, because a scammer is somebody that for instance, does what this little giggle Elaine did. Like collecting somebody's money and then, putting my doll on the open market with you. A doll that I paid for without checking with me first. That's a scammer. When I'm not satisfied with the product that you deliver to me, it's my right to contact you and to say for you to make it right. And for you to even be outraged that this is ridiculous. I've never had anybody complain about any products that I sold, because I go over and above making sure that I videotape what I pack, how I pack. I put in my husband is so upset all the time because I put in so much stuff that at the end the doll is worth really $150 less than what I am charging. And I don't care, because I want a nice box opening. It's not about the money for me. I'm not going to give the doll away, clearly, but I know that I'm going to lose money every time I sell a doll. It's that's just it's just the way it is. Something that's used is not worth as much as something that's new. It's just the way it is. But you seem to think, because they come from your channel, that everybody needs to pay a big price. Well, I'm sorry, they're still just dolls, and they're still dolls. They're made out of vinyl. They're made out of cloth. They are dolls. They are not, paintings that will be worth maybe, 5 times more like 100 years from now. These dolls will never be worth more. And unless you have a baby in a cabinet, in a curio cabinet, that you never touch, never dress, never change, never comb the hair, never do anything, a used doll was used, was changed, was played with, and therefore loses its value. So no, I'm like, that's a used doll is a used doll, and it will never be worth what a new doll is worth. It doesn't matter whose nursery this baby comes from. So, um, what else do I want to talk about? Uh, okay, another thing I wanted to discuss quickly is when you buy, like, new people to the reborn community, when you buy from an artist, let's say on eBay, I would suggest you start asking not so much what is the size of the doll or does it have a COA, blah blah blah. Ask about what is inside the doll, what kind of material was used to create this doll. Because I have just spent 2 days, another 2 days, changing the JC body, um, the who else? The JC body, the fin, and I had to change Mia because I needed Mia's body for JC because JC had to wait. This is now my Ivy. That body was way too big for that sculpt, and that's not the way Leticia Moreno sent it to Ines either. Leticia Moreno sent it with the correct body, and I would not take anything away from this woman, with the exception of maybe the money situation. There's something fishy going on there. I don't know. I'm not saying anything. I'm not putting any rumors out there. I'm just, something is not right, sitting right with me. So anyway, so when I unpacked all these dolls, and I see everything from sand being used, like wool sand. Then I see like the polyfill being used, that is like polyfill that you use for like chair cushions. I see in there. I'm like, what is that? And then one person put in instead of like the fine sand that you can buy from Bountiful Baby, it was like it was like lead. Like it looked black, and it was like the heaviness of lead. And then one of them was, or two of them had like really thin stockings, and one of them, the stocking was like a long stocking, and then the artist used a zip tie, and zip tied the last third of the stocking and cinched it close to make that part the bottom, the butt of the baby, and the other part the body of the baby. Well, you know what happened? You can imagine what happened to that stocking. That stocking had a big old hole in it, and there was sand all over. So, no, I'm not in the belief that, when you buy a $900 doll or not a $200 doll, it's like a little bit more forgivable. But a $900 doll, a $1,000 doll, a $600 doll, that you should have zip ties available and polyfill available and magnets available because you have to change the baby. No. When I pay that kind of money, I expect a perfect doll. Just like I expect a perfect Louis Vuitton bag, I expect a perfect computer, I expect a perfect suit for my husband. For that kind of money, I expect, and if I don't get it, if it's retail, you take that stuff back. And a retailer will take it back. And so will eBay, for that matter. So I would suggest you start not listening to these, people that seem to think that, oh, well, you know what, people will reweigh their babies anyway. You know what? If you're under that belief, then I would say, you know what? Don't put the baby together. Let me put the baby together and take off $50 or $100 or whatever. Because if you're going to do a horrible job putting the baby together and use less than perfect material for a really expensive baby like that, then that's no bueno. That's not good. I work hard for my money, and this is not okay. I would not accept that in any business. I would not accept any. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a pair of shoes or if it's a doll or if it's a bicycle or if it's a car. Why would that be acceptable? So, I think, oh yeah, another thing I wanted to bring up. Um, if you've seen my Mason, right? The Levi with the belly plate. I just um, found out, I just noticed that one and the one where I talked about Tasha and her breastfeeding video. Both of those videos, because I'm monetized now, are on like yellow, which means I don't know what the verbiage is again, but it's um, basically it's not suitable for all advertisers. And I think the belly plate, I can only assume it's because it looks too much like a real baby, and that's why like a lot of channels have their comments being disabled right now. And the breastfeeding one is because, because of the topic. So I can just imagine if I'm at yellow, I just wonder what Tasha is at. She must be at a red, because she actually didn't just talk about it, she actually did it. So, so will I not show Mason anymore with the belly plate? I will show him, because I'm not in it for, the money or monetization. As you can tell, most of my videos I didn't even change anything. Just the last couple, when I made them, I did monetize just because it was there, but the rest of them I haven't even bothered, because to me, I don't care. So yeah, I will be featuring Mason with his belly plate, and there's actually a belly plate coming for a Daisy too. So so there's gonna be a whole bunch of belly plates coming. So just so that you guys know, if you are new to YouTube, or if you are thinking about getting monetized, that things like that, doesn't matter how many subscribers, how many views you have, the views at the end, are completely different from being monetized. Monetized means you get money for a certain amount of commercials being run, per certain amount of commercials being viewed. Subscribers are just subscribers, and views are just views. And subscribers really don't mean anything if nobody's watching anything, if nobody's viewing anything. Which brings me really to one more thing, and this is like the last thing I want to talk about, which is how interesting it is for Sam making a big old live about, with Ines, of course, in the middle of it, talking about, and I have screenshots of the whole live, even though you deleted it, everything with my name on it. I have screenshots. Every phone call that was made to my personal line was recorded. I have evidence of the yin yang. But to talk about how what was it? I bought subscribers, or I bought views, or bought views and subscribers, because I have 1,000 subscribers. That's pretty laughable, actually. First of all, you guys don't know anything about me. You don't know how many people I know. You don't know how many people I know in LA. You don't know how many people I know in Germany. You don't know how many people I subscribe to. You don't know how many people therefore subscribe to me. You have no idea about me at all. Okay? And if I wanted to buy anything, if I wanted to buy views and subscribers, I wouldn't stop at 1,000. I would do maybe 10,000. Okay? But to me, why? Because after I found out that Ines's video just went from 400 to 600,000, or maybe now it's at 700,000, I don't know, within like 2 weeks, I kind of checked into that, and I'm like, wow, how is that even, how much money does that actually cost for people to do that? And from one website, I found out that it will cost you about $500. I mean, why would you spend that kind of money? Um, I mean, to me, that's not worth it. I mean, you can spend your money where you want, but and for Sam to um, defend you and to say, oh, well, she got that many views because it was a really one of a kind doll. There's only 200 of them around. That's all very fine and dandy. I would have believed that if the views would have happened right away and not 2 weeks after or a week after the box opening. The first week or two, there was 450 views, and all of a sudden it went within 10 days to 600,000. And out of the 600,000, you have 90 that comment, and out of the 90, you have about 10 that are foreigners, that are foreign men that speak Mandarin or Hindi, or from India, or um, other languages that don't have any, they have nothing to do with the reborn world. They don't have reborn babies. Makes zero sense to me. So that's like bogus, completely bogus. And then the fact that you go from 4,900 views in 3 years to now at where are you at? You're at like 8,000 within the last 3 months. That's kind of weird too. So, to me, it's kind of sad when you've been in a business in this YouTube universe for 3 years or 4 years and you still need to buy subscribers and views. I mean, if that was me, I would be like, I need to change something. Something's not working. And yeah, and you're welcome to keep on copying my contents, about the diapers and, uh, uh, going out and vlogging about my life and Tasha, you can ask your subscribers or your viewers what they want to see. If you want to see more of your life, more of your personal life. I mean, there's like so many things that you guys copy. It's like ridiculous. But you know what? Copying is the sincerest form of flattery to me. So keep on copying me. Um, but after being in this business for so long, I would think that you would know more about this than me. And me only being in it for 4 months, that you need to copy from me is kind of sad, I think. But whatever. It's your dime. Your dime. And if you think people will not see through this, maybe your people don't care. Like Sam's people, what's her name? Misty, it's me. I don't even know who this woman is. I googled her because she sent me the nastiest, most disgusting comment when this whole thing with Ines came down. Her and then CD1 and Doll Oz. I mean, horrible people. And Misty, it's me. Why are you even in this community? You have no reborn. You have no uploads. You have no viewers. Oh, you have subscribers. You have 29 subscribers. Okay, woohoo. Why are you even here? All you do is you spread drama and hateful rhetoric, and it's ridiculous. So if that's what you guys are in for, you know what? Good riddance. Go do your thing, but keep my name out of it, because every time you guys mention my name, I will be doing a rebuttal video and I will do screenshots of everything you do, and I will be building a case here. Because this is complete character assassination, what you've been doing for 4 months now, and I'm sick of it. So, now to a lighter note, I will be doing a video tomorrow. I don't have students until Thursday. School starts here on Thursday, so I'm going to be off. My student is off until Wednesday. She's on vacation. So I have no German students for a while. So I have a little bit of time to do a German video tomorrow. And maybe something else, maybe on Wednesday, while I still have time. Um, so that's about it. So this video is basically for all the people that didn't get to watch because I was like completely like not prepared for doing for a live, especially doing a live on an iMac. And so for all the people that didn't get to watch, I'm so sorry. Dumb me. I'm sorry. Mm. Um, but so I spend another hour just talking now, and then I have to edit, and then I have to download. So at the end, you know, it costs me a lot more time than it will cost you. So, but I just wanted to bring these few things up. Oh yeah, and then Jen, I did have you blocked on my site. I'm so sorry. I know you tried to get in on my live. Per Anasha told me that you tried to get in, and I thought I had you unblocked, but I think after this thing with Tasha happened when you were saying, oh, Tasha, really, I really don't have a beef with Tasha, and Tasha's always been on my side. I was like, what? Do you have amnesia or something? Don't you remember when she was like one of the people on Sam's live ridiculing you over this smoking thing and calling you a liar and all kinds of stuff? I mean, I don't know, maybe you forgot, or maybe you're stressed, or maybe I don't know what the deal is, but I was kind of like a little bit, I got a little whiplash from you there for a moment. But you are unblocked now, so hopefully you can stay unblocked and stay on focus and stay true to yourself and true to the truth. And I will always stick up for the people, for me, for myself, for my family, for my children, and for the people in the community that are being ridiculed, that are being, you know, harassed, bullied. If that's the only purpose I will ever have in this community, to speak out for these people and to shed a light on these things, so be it. I'm good with that. I never thought it would be like my place to do that, but clearly nobody's got the, either they're too afraid to do it, maybe they just leave the community altogether, which they have. The community is way smaller than when I first watched it. I used to watch Amanda, what is her name? What was her name? Something with an M. And then a little tulip, like a lot of channels that are not even Montenegro, I think is her name, Amanda Montenegro. Is that her channel with that little Emmy? She was always really sweet, and there was never any drama anywhere. Oh, it was so nice to watch. Now the drama is just giving me a freaking headache. Horrible. So, you know, stop with the drama. Concentrate on your reborns. Stop talking about other people. Definitely stop talking about me. I'm sick of it. And that's all I have to say for today. I'm going to go take a nap now. Anyway, thanks for watching, and have a happy Sunday. Be kind to one another, and let your love multiply. Talk soon. Bye.